If you've heard the name Hugh Jackman, you might have heard it as his role as the Wolverine in the Marvel series. But his work doesn't stop there. He also is committed to eradicating global poverty and is working to fight social injustices. Like Mr. Jackman, you and I can serve two roles. We can have our place here in our communities, but we also can consider our global outreach. Today, I'm going to share with you a brief definition of what that is, give examples of two individuals who have made an impact, talk about the hurdles the world is facing, and then finally show how you and I can become educated and become better global citizens. Because everyone can work towards global citizenship by staying educated and making decisions that are good for the world. First, let's look at the definition. An article, What is Citizenship, from Wayne State University states that citizenship grants rights and privileges, but in return wants those people to adhere to the rules that make the place safe and prosperous. And the people who have citizenship should consider other people in the community. Secondly, the U.S. Immigration Services states that citizenship is a unique bond that unites people around civic ideas. Therefore, global citizenship must take those ingredients on a global level, must consider the rights and privileges of all people, and must value the social constructs, the geographics, and cultural norms of other global citizens. Two people who have done this well are, first of all, Mother Teresa. She was given the Nobel Peace Prize in the 1990s for her work of 60 years to fight global tragedy. In fact, the Nobel Peace Prize states that her work undertaken in the struggle to overcome poverty and distress in the world, and which also constitutes a threat to peace, is what earned her this prize. It is interesting how distress in the world and world peace go hand in hand. When she died in 1997 at the age of 87, she had served most of her life being a global citizen. Most recently is IMI, or Impact Ministries International. Begun in 1985, it has worked for 40 years to build what is now called the Cities of Refuge, which includes farming communities, self-sustaining communities where they teach business, have orphanages, and educate people on a undergraduate and graduate level, as well as from kindergarten through high school. They also recently have raised money to build a hospital, not just in Honduras and Peru or Hawaii. There's some places in the States, but they also have now 3 safe homes for girls involved in sex trafficking, and they're working to unite people through homes for veterans, and not just veterans in the United States, veterans from other parts of the country who do not have what they need. Therefore, their outreach is clearly global citizenship. There are some discrepancies on the definition of what global citizenship means, which is impeding the interconnectedness of a world idea, world citizenship. According to Lynette Schultz in her article, Educating for Global Citizenship, there is what's called a neoliberal approach. Now, this approach defines global citizenship as having a single currency. If we could just have a single currency, then things would fall into place. Well, critics of this are seeing that it's viewed from a privileged position, and it does not consider social disparity or environmental degradation from its high standpoint. Others believe there's a 5-pronged approach, that it must affect the cultural, social, environmental, political, and economic considerations of people all over the world. According to UNESCO, many understand that globalization and multicultural societies have increased the need for other languages and cultures to have better but diverse relations. A.B. Edmonton and his research from Alberta Learning state that 79% of people in the age of 15 to 24 are using the internet to become more globally connected. Therefore, the languages and the cultures have to be learned and accepted, and the internet is probably the way to do it. UNESCO talks about what's called the GCED, or the Global Citizenship Education Forum, where people of all ages, whether you're teachers or parents or children, there's resources on there where you can learn how to have more of a global outreach and learn how to communicate better and to understand cultures in order to bring global citizenship into people's homes and into people's lives. It is not an easy task. This is one step to help. You can also stay informed yourself. Listen to good news broadcasts that have an international language. BBC News, The Guardian, Reuters, and AP often have an international perspective in the news that they present. You can engage with people from around the world as you travel, visit with people and get to know their cultures. See if there's a need and meet that need if you can. You can also help in your communities by reaching out. You can serve the refugees who might come to your area. You can volunteer with Neighbors in Action or Meals on Wheels. You can also recycle and reuse the materials that every person on the globe needs. Clean water, fresh food, clean air. You can do your best as a global citizen right where you stand now. Everyone can work towards global citizenship by staying educated and making those decisions that are good for the world. You can learn about people who are famous for the outreach and support what they do. You can look in your own communities, listen to a wide viewpoint, be empathetic and sympathetic towards others around the world, and in your own home and communities, do what you can to be a better global citizen.